Hello, hello, beloveds. Happy Tuesday. I'm still getting set up. I just finished with some clients, so I wanted to be here on time. I'm always, hey J Dog, thank you so much for being here. Let me get everything. I was rushing to get here to be on time, but I wanted to just let you know because I'm all about being on time, and especially when I'm serving. And so, thank you so much for everybody who is joining me today. I have so much I want to share with you, and so we are living in such interesting times. And more than anything, hey, Miss the Brit Page, I see you. Hi, Malaya. Hello. A. Lee, hello, The Real Dior, hello, Magician, hello. So happy Tuesday, beloveds. So I'm so grateful that you've taken time out of your day to come on and to spend some time with me. And so I want to let you know I do have my screen time set, and if it pops off, I'm going to pop back on. So no worries. Hello, Tuesday. I see you. So I wanted to share with you first some very important things, and then first of all, I'm going to have us go into a prayer, and then hi, Co Italy, and then I'll tell you a little bit, and then we'll go into a meditation. And the reason I'm doing it in that sequence is because, first of all, we need to center ourselves and tune in and turn on. And so that's why we're going to start with prayer. And then I'm going to share with you some of the insights and inspirations. I just actually finished a class with one of the elders from one of the indigenous tribes in northern Washington of the United States, Venerable Dehewanu Wahu. And so she was sharing some wisdom from the elders, from the ancestors. And so I've just been really pulling myself and putting myself in tune with spirit, listening to the wind, listening to what she is sharing with us. And so then we will go into a meditation, because what I share with you, I want you to then take it to your heart. I don't want you to just take it in as information, as insight. I want you to take it in here, because this is where we're going to heal. This is where things are going to change. So let's just go ahead and do the damn thing. So let's just put our hands on our heart. Letting the breeze, Mother Nature, her light, her love shine on us. I want to make sure everybody can hear me okay. And so as we just take this breath of spirit, this breath of the presence and of the present moment, what we are doing is cleansing our lungs and releasing the old. See how the breeze comes when I'm speaking certain things. Just watch the breeze around me, beloveds, because I am speaking, I'm sitting on the ground, so you know that I'm fully connected and present here. So just inhale and exhale out of the mouth. We're clearing, we're cleansing, we're connecting. So two more. One more. How grateful I am to be here, to be of service, to be witness to the wind and the wonder of the universe, to know that Spirit is with me, guiding and providing the words, the wisdom, the truth that sets us free. How grateful I am to speak these words of prayer, to speak these words that have been given me by the ancestors, given to me by the wisdom that flows through me as the wind. And so I just bless each and every one of us, mind, body, and spirit. I bless every organ, every system, every function of our body, knowing that our cardiovascular, our respiratory, our circulation, our reproductive, our vascular, every system, organ, and function is working in accordance with spirit. And as I bless each and every one of us, I bless every man, woman, and child, every tree and every sea, every animal and every insect. I bless it all. I bless us all. I bless the food we eat, the drinks we drink. I bless our pets, our plants, our loved ones, our families. I bless it all. I bless the work we do. I bless the money we have, the money we spend, the money we share. I bless all of our resources, all of our good. all of our gifts, our talents. And I know as I bless each and every one of us, we become the blessing. And as we become the blessing, we are here to share that. And so I'm just grateful to be grateful. I'm grateful to be of service. I'm grateful just to be here, this technology, the connection that I can have with so many people around the world as we learn something new, as we birth a new earth. And I release any conspiracies, any past, any fear, any doubt, any worry. I release it now. I place it on the altar of the beloved. Take it from our minds, take it from our hearts, take it from the news, take it from us. So we do not see anything else but the truth. Take it, take it, take it now. So we are clear and open vessels for the truth. For this and so much more, I am grateful. So I release it. I let it be, and so it is. All right, all right. So definitely feeling that prayer. So one of the first things I want to share with you. So I have many, many notebooks, and I'll show you that. So I've got this one and I've got this one. This is my new one for the new year. But this one, this is where I wrote the predictions for 2020. And the reason I'm showing it to you is because I want people to see that I didn't just write this. So you can see here the date is 11/4. So I wrote this last year, 11/4, so November. And here you can see where I wrote here my 2020 predictions. So this was on 11/14. Sorry, not 11/4, 11/14. And so one of the first things that I said for the 2020 predictions, and if you were in the live stream that I did this actual 2020 prediction, I didn't save the video and I had it on Zoom and I was like, oh, it's already past 2020, so I didn't save it. But I always keep my notebooks. And so I'm grateful for that. My little note cards keep falling out. And so one of the first ones that I wrote was the rise of sacred partnership, relationship shifts, work shifts, partnership, conscious community and connection. Number 2, a gig economy, more barter, less money, less capitalization, more conscious consumerism. The currency is going to change. We're going to have more of a global economy. Patriarchy is down. I mean, these are my notes. I'm showing you, this is what I wrote on November 14th. A shared community, less meat, more plant-based. And even if you go back to some of my live streams in November, you can see where I was talking about this very thing. So less meat, more. There's going to be a meat crisis. It hasn't happened yet, beloveds, and I'm not trying to instill fear here. What I'm trying to do is bring wisdom. So hold on, some of my cards just flew across. Hold on. See, the wind is blowing. So sorry about that. But I didn't want it to blow across the whole park and go into the pool either. So I apologize. All right, so let's get back into it. Sorry about that, beloveds. But I have to be a conscious consumer as I am talking about it. So I also said more women healing the masculine and honoring the feminine, honoring the male, the healing, undergoing awareness in our psychic selves. I also talked about or wrote about how all of our ancient, many of our ancient sacred places on earth, such as the Great Pyramids of Giza, the pyramids here in Titicahuatán and here in Mexico, the pyramids that they found in Guatemala and all over the place. They have always pointed upward. Every single thing points upward. The other thing is we're starting to see more things that are coming out from underneath. So as above and so below. So I wrote about the ancient discoveries beneath, more revelations of ancient civilizations, to looking up to the sky to change things. There's going to be a change in our life and our life cycles, the pyramids pointing up, and also as above and so below. I also wrote about less separation, more unity, movement, unification of Latin America, Africa. We are humanitarians, global citizens. There's going to be more balance and harmony, more ancient spiritual laws, the laws of Ma'at. We are human beings, education, the healer mind, less corruption. We're going to expose all of that. We're going to have more racial unification as well as connectedness, an end of colonization, because more of us are waking up, more natural medicine, holistic lifestyle, organic living, sharing, spiritual evolution, more of a work-life balance, more entrepreneurs, less corporate, less pharmacy, more people healing themselves. Ancestral wisdom is found in new discoveries. So the reason I'm sharing all of that with you right now is because this is what this experience, this virus, I don't even, as you say, I've told you, I don't even want to call it a name. And the reason I'm moving my camera is because I don't want it to get too much sun on my phone. But the reason we're having this experience, and the reason, and it's so many conspiracy theories, which is why I put that in in the prayer. But if you think about it, in Spanish, the corona is the crown. And as I was talking about, all of our ancient civilization things are pointing upward. And so our heads are being affected. The part that's being affected within the body is the lungs, which is where we breathe, right? And so last year we had huge fires. That was the lungs of Mother Earth. This experience that we're experiencing now as human beings is coming from above. First of all, I don't know if many of you have seen that the stories about the birds falling from the sky. The birds were falling from the sky because there's so many satellites and radio waves up there, including the ones that they're bringing now, the 5G, which is supposed to be making us so much better. In fact, it is killing us. It is killing Mother Nature. It is killing our water. It is killing our animals. It is killing our brain cells. And if you look up Dr. Thomas Cohen, he talks about, and I got this information out of Chakra Bars, one of my favorite people that I follow. Dr. Thomas Cohen talked about how the 5G, where the 5G started, where they made it an international 5G, started in the same place that this virus started, in Wuhan, China. So you can Google that. It's all out there. The 5G, again, this is the age of Aquarius. The age of Aquarius is about energy waves. And so all those satellites, all that energy above us is too much for us. We are sensitive beings. We know this. This is why so many people this is why the idea of empathy, where people have decided that they're empaths. They are not empathic. Empathic is not a gift. It is a feeling. It is a connection. We are meant to be empathic people. This is the reason that we feel each other. This is why once it started, this is what the phones are asking for. We have to stop with the phones, the chips, all of it. We have to get back in touch with ourselves. This is why Mother Nature has forced us all into our homes, into our places of sacredness, into our places of sovereignty, because we have to learn about ourselves. Instead of looking at these phones all day, we have to start looking at each other. When I was in the class just before, like I said, with Venerable Dahani Wahu, one of the ancestors, one of the elders from the indigenous, she talked about how this is really about us listening to our hearts instead of our heads. Our heads are where this is all is coming from, and these brain waves and this fear has been growing as a virus in our heads. What is a virus but an attack? A virus is an attack, and where is it attacking us? How we breathe. It is attacking us in our minds with fear, but many of us don't even want to admit that we have been living fearfully. We have been living in fear mindset for decades, and this is why Mother Nature said, stop it right now, forcing you into your homes, forcing you to look at each other in the to pay attention to each other, forcing us to get back into connection with our spiritual selves instead of our mental selves, thinking that we know everything. We know nothing, which is why they haven't been able to figure out a vaccine, which is why they haven't been able to figure out how to stop it, because this isn't about here. This is about here. This is our spiritual wake-up call, beloveds. This is it. This is absolutely it. And this is why I talked about it in my 2020 predictions. Because think about it. What is the 2020 vision? 2020 this year. 2020 vision means clear seeing. Does it not? It means that you can see perfectly. Many of us will not admit that we were not seeing perfectly. We were seeing through the goggles of conditioned fear. We were seeing through the goggles of our greed. We were seeing through the goggles of our selfishness, our envy, all of it. And now it's time. Now it's time that we allow ourselves to see with 2020 vision. Where have we been holding ourselves? Where have we been hiding and hating? Where have we been keeping ourselves back? Where have we been really, in a place of fear? And this is why this isn't about racism anymore. This is about us coming together. That's why this is happening on a global scale, so we can all come together. This isn't about separation. It has been denial, absolutely. We have been denial of the truth. We've been in denial about our spiritual selves. And what Dr. Cohen talked about is the only way that we can disrupt these airwaves coming down through us is clearing our minds. And by opening our hearts, being more in tune with nature, being more in tune with our natural spiritual state, instead of in this idea of separation. And racism and fear, all of it is a virus. And this is why it is affecting so many of us, because it is showing us where we have been in denial. It is showing us where we have been holding hate. And so if we are going to heal, we have to wake up. We have to step back and we have to look at ourselves and see ourselves exactly as, use your intuition. Yes, we have to. This is why it's so important that we get into spiritual practice. And it's not even about just reading a book or following religion. This is not about religion. We are spirits. Okay, if we're going to talk about religion, we can talk about the man on the cross, right? So the man on the cross is a spirit now. He is no longer alive. And people all over the world in the Catholic Church and the Christian Church and all of that, will this life be saved? Absolutely. They have been praying to the spirit of Jesus, who I call Yeshua, for centuries. And however, he is a spirit. He is not in physical form anymore. And yet and still, the whole basis of that religion and religiosity is based on this man. Spirit is based on Mother Nature. Spirit is based on the earth. Spirit is based on what's up there in the sky. So we're going to be okay. The thing is, are we okay? If we're not okay in our minds, in our bodies, and in our spirits, we are not going to be okay. People are going to die. This is going to last much longer than people think. What I've been told is this will go at least until the end of the summer. This will go because we think if it gets healed right away, we're not going to learn the lesson. We have to really get into the dirt. We have to get into the deep of it so we can bring it to light. We have to bring to light all of the dirt, all of the corruption, all of the ways that we don't have, 3 to 6 months for sure. All the ways that this has been holding us back. This has been centuries. So you think it's going to last a few weeks? Not after centuries of damage and destruction that we've done to Mother Nature. We've done centuries. Haven't we seen now the pollution is lower in China? Haven't we seen the pollution is lower all around the world? This is how Mother Nature is resetting herself by forcing us into our homes, by forcing us to look at ourselves. What are we doing to the water? Do you know water holds memory? This is why I'm so grateful that I was guided to move to the beach. Water holds memory. Memory holds the truth. And so this is why so many of us, even, hey sister, I see you, Kathleen. So many of us, when we come to the water, we feel refreshed because we are released. We're picking up all the positivity that comes from the balancing of floating. Many of us don't realize that floating is a sensation of letting go. And many of us right now are holding on like this, contracting. And so water is where we feel. Kathleen is the horseback riding person, right? We need to get back to horse riding. We need to get back to nature. This is why in what I shared is no more meat. Let me explain to you that meat and dairy are where the metals are. And so if your body is clogged with mucus and meat that comes from dairy products, that comes from meat, then the metals that come from the phone, that come from all the different energy waves are trapped in your body, which what? Breeds more fear. Not only you're picking up the fear from the animal, you're also feeling the energy from all the satellites up there in the universe coming right down. One of the things that I can tell you to stop doing right now, stop carrying your phone in your pocket. This is why they started showing up as for people, them blowing up in your pockets. We can't keep carrying these supercomputers right on our bodies. It's totally corroding our systems. This is what is so contracting. Yeah, the contraction is what, because fear contracts. And where does fear start? It doesn't start in the body, it starts in the mind. And so this is why the only healer for this is spirituality, because spirit opens us, because the truth is revealed. There's so much I want to share with you. But one of the things I do want to share with you, and before we get into a meditation, is, I am an avid studier and teacher of A Course in Miracles. So I brought my book so I could share with you. But one of the things that I wanted to share with you is one of my favorite quotes: only I can deprive myself of anything. Only you can deprive yourself of anything. And so our meditation today is going to be to giving all of our worries, giving all our fears, giving all our doubts to Holy Spirit, to our higher holy self, to the universe. Because the longer we keep in these things, the longer we keep in all this negative energy, all it's doing is corroding our system. You know how computers get corroded? What do they get corroded with? A virus. A computer gets corroded with a virus. And so our bodies are being infected or attacked by a virus. And how that gets cleansed out is what? A reset. So things are going to burn down, things are going to be crushed. And the thing is, we have to learn how to get by with less. Our ancestors didn't have these high-tech phones. Our ancestors didn't run to Target every week because there was a sale. Our ancestors lived with less, and we have to learn how to live with less so we can be more. Do you understand? We have to be more, not buy more. We have to be more. And this is what we're going to be teaching our children through this experience: how to be more, not to buy more, how to be more. And the only way we can be more is by allowing our true selves to emerge. And so today's lesson in A Course in Miracles, and then we're going to pop into this meditation. I am entitled to miracles. Now, the reason I love this lesson so much is because so many of us think our miracles are about an experience out there. Our miracles, and look, I keep it highlighted. Look at that. That's all highlighted. I keep my highlighter right there because the whole page is highlighted. A miracle is not about something that, I'm going to win the lottery. A miracle is when you shift your mind from fear to love. A miracle is when you recognize, you know what? I have been hating myself. I have been hating on others. I have been holding judgments and grievances about others, including myself. A miracle is when you switch that. So what it says here today we claim the miracles which are your right since they belong to you. You have been promised full release from the world you made. See, we made this world. We made this world the catastrophe, the chaos that it is. And so when we allow ourselves to recognize that we have been given a life, to breathe, to be on Mother Nature at this time, but we've been raping her, killing her, hurting her, polluting her, stabbing her, all kinds of things. And she still has been like, okay, beloved, it's okay. But finally she said no more. This must end. And so when we're asking for miracles, it says right here, we ask no more than what belongs to us in truth. This is A Course in Miracles. I'm on lesson 77. Today, we also make sure that we will not content ourselves with less. So what that means is by telling yourself quite confidently you are entitled to miracles, closing your eyes and remind yourself that you are only asking for what is rightfully yours. Remind yourself also that miracles are never taken from one and given to another. And that in asking for your rights, you are upholding the rights of everyone. Miracles do not obey the laws of the world. They follow the laws of Goddess. And so what it means to have a miracle is to shift your thinking. In doing this, you are not asking for anything. You state a fact that is not denied. The Holy Spirit cannot but assure that your request is granted. There is no room for doubt. There is uncertainty today. We are asking a real question at last. The answer is a simple statement of fact. You will receive the assurance that you seek. So, what it really is saying here, that your miracle is recognizing that we are all truly spiritual beings. You will receive miracles because what Goddess is. You will offer miracles because you are one with Goddess. Again, how simple is healing? It is merely a statement of your true identity. Our true identity is that we are the same. You know, one of the biggest things that I also learned from my spiritual teacher, the ancestor today, the elders, is that, do you know each and every one of us has an umbilical cord? We have our navel. Our navel is what connects us to the vibration. This is why so many of us get these gut feelings. This is why when we do have a gut feeling, it comes right there into our navel, because Spirit is trying to tell us something. Spirit is telling us, don't go that way. So if you're interested in A Course in Miracles, we have a new group starting on Friday called Heart Happy. Stay tuned. I will be sharing the post very soon so you can learn and work with me in A Course in Miracles. It is donation, love donation. And also I do have the Write Her 4-day retreat coming on Thursday, which is the equinox. This is how us that are spiritually minded are working together to reset. See, in the next equinox is not until June, beloveds. It's not until June 21st. So this is where, if we all come together and collectively allow ourselves to be spiritually minded, miracle minded, and say, I am ready to heal the earth, on this Thursday, we can start to shift that. Because this can go on longer, or we can start to shift that. So I've got 2 things starting. So Thursday is the 4-day retreat. Friday is going to be the weekly spiritual gathering. It's going to be every week. We're going to have a Facebook group. So stay tuned. All the details. I'm working on everything right now. So just bear with me. But you know, right, June 21st is the solstice. But that's also a reset. Thank you for that, Tinny. But and then the summer, we also on that day, on the 21st, I don't like to show anybody on video without their authority. The 21st is also the solar eclipse. And so this is why it's so important that we gather together for this upcoming equinox, which is this Thursday. So the Write Her 4-day retreat is for women. It is spiritual counseling. It is also writing therapy. It's wellness practices. If you're ready to really shift yourself, and we're offering it for a very low price and at a very special price, because we want to support your healing. And I know many people are having these fears around their money right now, but guess what? The more fear you have around money, the less you will bring in. The less you will bring in, because abundance is the sunshine, abundance is the wind, abundance is these trees. Because you realize all of the things that we have done to Mother Nature over the last 200 years, she's still here. This is one of the last time that there was an epidemic of this proportion was almost exactly 200 years ago in 1970. was the last time that this happened, almost exactly 200 years ago, beloveds. Do you understand? So Mother Nature is resetting herself after 200 years. And so to get back into our meditation practice and all of that is to really allow ourselves to say that we are seeing something clearly. We are seeing with 2020 vision. And so when you catch yourself being afraid about your money, being afraid about, what's happening out there, remind yourself that you're inviting that in. You are inviting in the fear. Just like a vampire, you have to let it in, right? A vampire can't come into your house unless you invite it in, and we are inviting in the fear. You have to stop it at the door. An energy vampire sucks your energy, right? In real terms, that's what a vampire is, right? It sucks your blood. This is that. We cannot live in a scarcity mindset. Thank you for that, Tiffany. We cannot live in a scarcity mindset because that's how we got here. Greed is a scarcity mindset. Fear. Look at this. So Mother Nature has been standing. These trees have been standing. We don't even know for how long these trees have been standing, but they've been standing a lot longer than many of us. When we went to the botanical gardens over the weekend, and I saw some of the most beautiful trees, and I was like, wow, they've lived through hurricanes, they've lived through traffic, they've lived through cutting down through the mountains, they've lived through so many things, and they're still standing. Are we? Can we survive? Can we survive? The only way we can, and you know what the thing that the trees teach us is about resilience. The trees teach us about standing still. The trees teach us to flow and to bend with the waves, to not to strain against them. This is what the trees teach us. The water teaches us to flow. The water teaches us that there is memory. The trees have a memory of when they were prosperous and had more. This is why we love the seasons so much, because they remind us of nature's truth. After all we've done to Mother Nature, she has not lost. Even though with the fires in the Amazon and the fires in Australia and all the poachers that have killed animals all around the world, she comes back. We have poisoned her oceans, destroyed her skies with satellites, and yet she still brings us the sun every day. She still continues to show us the stars at night. She still continues to bring the moon year after year, day after day, week after week. The same things our ancestors saw. They were looking at the sky. We're looking at the TV. Look to the sky for the healing. Come to Mother Earth for the healing. Do you understand? We must stop eating meat, which is destroying our world. We must stop eating dairy, which is killing the mind, clogging the pores. This is why people are having skin problems and all these different cancers and all of this. This is created because of the food, the processing. We must go back to the ways of our ancestors. This is what this is teaching us. Nothing more, beloveds. This is what this is teaching us. And this is why I wanted to share those 2020 predictions that I wrote back in November. Because we have to be conscious of what we consume. We have to be conscious of what we think. We have to be conscious of what we speak. We have to be conscious of what we feel. We have to stop pretending that we know nothing. We don't know when this experience is going to end, do we? But what we do know is how to take care of ourselves, how to take care of each other, to come back to what we know is true, that there is no race but the human race, that there is no wrong in us, that we are all right because we are here. We just lost people that we all love. I know each of us felt the impact of the loss of beloved Gianna and Kobe Bryant, even though we didn't even know them. But to see their death like that, to see that, we felt that. And I didn't even care about him playing. Every time he played, I was like, oh, damn. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be honest. I'm going to tell you the truth. But when he left this earth and his beloved wife and his daughters were there, it shifted something. It reminded me that we are all human. And so let's go into our meditation. Let's go into our meditation. Let's take all that we have absorbed, all that we have learned, all that we have heard. Let's take it right there to the heart, because that's where the change is going to happen. The change isn't going to happen in our heads. The change is going to happen in our heart. So put your hand on your heart. Take that deep breath of spirit. Thank you, beloved Mother Earth. Thank you, beloved Grandfather Sky. Thank you, beloved ancestors and elders, for teaching us, for reminding us of the truth, because we have lost our way, and today we are waking up to the truth. Today we are waking up. And so let's just take some moments of silence to listen to the wind, to listen to the truth, to listen to the secrets that our mother has left us in the ground and in the sky and in the planets and in the animals. Let's be still as trees and let the wind speak to us. Guide us, Mother Earth. Guide us, our ancestors. Guide us, earth, water, fire, air. Guide us, angels, archangels, ascended masters. Guide us, passed on loved ones. Guide us, spirit guides. Guide us. Guide us. Guide our feet. Guide our hands, our mouths, our eyes, our ears. Guard our minds, our brains, our thymuses, our hypothalamus, our pineal glands. Guide our hearts. Make us pure of heart. Make us pure of mind, pure of spirit. We are here now just to be helpful. We are here to represent she who birthed us. She we represent. We are here to truly be helpful to each other, to be humanitarians, to be human beings, to be spiritual beings on this planet. How grateful I am to know that we are one. How grateful I am to know that we are one with Goddess, and Goddess is one with us. I place her above us, below us, beside us, and behind us. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for being here. I will share this on YouTube because, of course, it's a long video, so be prepared. If you want to stay tuned with the Heart Happy, which is Fridays at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. I think that's the right time, 11 Mountain Time, 12 Central Standard Time. Miana will let me know because I might have messed up on the time, but sign up for our community so you can get in that. Again, this is love donation based, so you can get in on that. Also, if you know you want to dive a little bit deeper, please join our Write Her. It is available now, link in bio as well. We've got so many amazing ways that we can support you and support your healing, support your shifting from your head to your heart. Yes, truth is our name. And so let's just remember that truth is truly who we are. I send you so much love, so much light. And until next time, beloveds, namaste, peace and blessings.